Hello everyone, welcome back to Rebel Brick. Today we're doing our Star Wars RPG. As you can see, we have a map down. This is actually from Pathfinder, so all credit to them for the map. This is some of the things I usually like to have: different maps and everything else, different scenarios and that to try and throw us into. Today we are actually being dropped off here. We have a ship that is actually docked onto the, I'm going to say, port side, and anyone that's in the Navy or knows better, please correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe it is the port side. We do have one character on the map. On the original pool table, I have our other three characters. So, as we came upon the ship, this is a derelict ship, has not been reporting to or answering any calls being made to it, so we are actually just investigating. We are still part of the Rebel Alliance. This is during the Rebellion era, so our small group typically has been looking for possible areas that we can have small bases and all that. In the process, we are working with a couple other people. If you remember last week, we did find a possible spot. It had to be kind of cleaned up and everything else. So if you're seeing that we are actually on one of those supply ships or whatever else, and then we kind of stumbled upon this ship. So here we are. We have a ship to investigate this week. I'm going to be running back and forth on the pool table because obviously I'm sitting behind the camera at the moment, and our figures are on the other side. So with that being what it is, yes, I will be kind of wandering back and forth in that, and we'll go from there. Now, regrettably, I'm looking at my I'm looking at my laptop here, and I see that especially right in here we have a lot of glare coming from the lights up above. Unfortunately, I don't have anything overly heavy I could kind of put on this, or at least not at the moment. Guess this might be enough. This is just a little light. It's a little disc light. I picked it up, but unfortunately it didn't really work very well. Here, that kind of holds it down a little bit. It gets some of the glare off, but now we have glare sitting over here. I don't know what light it's coming from. As I've kind of mentioned before, I've got actually, and I'm looking up right now, I've got 4 lights that kind of surround my pool table. If I don't have these lights on, because I am in my basement, and I get the basement, the wife gets the upstairs. I think it's a fair trade for the most part. I don't have an argument or a problem with that. It is just one of those things, and then I get to be as goofy as I want to down here, and I stay out of her hair. She does like my Lego stuff, but I don't think she wants the living room taken over by my Legos. Alright, so you hear me with the dice. I'm going to set my dice over here for now. We'll see what we need as we move along. Okay, so I did level up our characters here. Wrong characters. Okay, so for James, starting off here, I increased his blaster by 1D. Everybody had gotten 5 character points, and that's typically about where I've been keeping it. So we have James up to 4D plus 2. He currently has 7 character points, which I'm trying to stay roughly about 5. So if I need those, I could actually increase his blaster all the way up to 5. Like I said, I'm just trying to save those character points. Let's see, we have Barry. Barry, I increased his space transports, which was lagging behind because he was already higher up on the blaster skill. So he's actually up to a 5D for space transports. We have Harry here, and actually I had upped this week, and I know I've kind of messed with his a little bit here and there. Because he's got a couple skills, like astrogation is a 3D plus 1. His sensors is 3D plus 1. Space transports is a 3D plus 1. So I had actually kind of increased, I believe, the astrogation and space transports in case I needed him to pilot. This week, though, I had raised up his computer program repair, which was a 4D plus 2 to a 5D. So that's actually increased. And then last of all, we have zeros. And zeros this week, I actually put 4 points into his computer program repair. With him being a droid, he does lag behind a little bit. His mechanical is a 1D, and he didn't have anything in there. So we've raised up his astrogation as well as his space transports up to a 2D+1 on both of those throughout the time that we've been playing. So that's where we're kind of sitting. And I will be referencing these guys because trying to remember where everyone's sitting. Sometimes I kind of lose track with trying to keep everything all going in my head, which I will never say is a very big brain to begin with. Okay, so starting off, we have Barry here because he doesn't have the gun. This is James. We have Barry. James is right here. We have zeros and we have Harry. Okay, so Barry comes out. Let's see, we have a left and a right. This is a small hallway. It is only about 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters. That'd take it about 5 feet. So 5-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're gonna have him come off this way. Just look. We have some doors here. And then we're going to have everybody kind of follow suit. We're staying together. We have zero staying behind everyone. So that's where we are. So thinking about what we see here, of course we have a set of doors, which, you know, I don't know what these rooms are coming in. I know that there is a front here, but knowing what's actually in them, I do not know. I can see all this. It would be like a fog of war scene. I can see here. I can see that there's a hallway. We have a set of doors right here, and it looks like another hallway that goes down there. So, wanting to be a little adventurous, I'm just going to peek around this corner just to see what I can see. This looks like it's a viewport, so we can see out. That's my guess to it. Actually, this is windows being blue, so that's probably a hard bulkhead. That's probably for a ramp to go down. So I guess I'm kind of misreading into that. So thinking about this just dead ends. We're going to try and get into this area here. So of course we're going to need to open this up. Let's see. I think it's going to have to be like a computer program repair. He's got a 5, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go off of Harry. He's got a 5D for computer program repair to see if he can't open it up through the computer. And we have a 3 in our wild die. I'm looking for a 15 or better, and it doesn't look like we're going to make this because there's a 6, that's an 11, 12, 13. So we get close, but not quite. So at that point, I think we're just going to be kind of stuck, at least at the moment. We will kind of keep going down the line here. So looking down this way, we have another hallway. Again, this is a narrow hallway, so I don't know how well you can see that here with the light. This is just another 1.5 meters, so it's just like a 5 foot going straight on down. And Barry passed this one up. James is going to say, hey, what about this doorway over here? Yeah, we'll check it. We'll get Barry here, and then Zeros is going to check this one. So let me go on the other side so I can see what Zeros is. Zeros is not quite as good as what Harry is, but you know, sometimes you get. Alright, Zeros has computer program repair of 4D+1. So we're going to take one die away from there. We're going to roll these right here. And we have 6, 12, 13, I got 14. Not quite enough to do it. And then we have Harry here trying to see if he can't open this other one. Again, it's locked. Seems like everything is on a lockdown. And let's see, we got 5, 10, 17. So Harry seems to open that one up. So the door's open. What do we see? We see a nice big cargo hold, and we have a droid in there. And the droid starts moving. It sees us, and it starts to attack. So it's got the I don't have stats on the droid, so I was looking for something else. Let me do our droid here. Now this is going to be a combat droid, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to roll for strength. For some reason I rolled a 1. So it's got 26 for hit points. And armor, oops. Let's see, we got 10 for his armor. Okay. And 4. So his blaster is doing a 4D, so it's essentially like our pistols. Okay, so it gets the drop on us. Of course, we have Harry Harry standing right there. It's going to try to attack. Has an attack of just a 1. So that means that it's only got a 2. I rolled to see what its attack would be. So for whatever reason here, let me try to re-roll that. I'm going to roll 6s, 6D. So it's going to be rolling 6D to attack, which would make a lot more sense for a kind of attack droid or whatever. Alright, so it's going to have to get a 10 or better, and of course I have a 10 right here. There's 16, 21, so it definitely has Harry there. Rolling 4D, we have 12, 16, 17. Harry right here. He does have armor on. We never rolled for his armor. Okay, so we need 13. What else does he have? 13. Okay. 13. Okay. So I don't remember what I rolled for the attack, so we'll re-roll it. Okay, so we got a wild die for 6, but we have 10, 15, 18. So that means that Harry is actually going to get tagged for oops. This is 18. 5 points. So it takes him from a 28 down to a 23. Okay. Alright. So that's its attack. Now Harry, he's going to pull out his pistol. He's only got a 3D because he's a tech. He's not really a combatant. but he most definitely hit. So 4D for damage, and then we got 12, 17, and then our droid. Dun, 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 dun. What do I have here? 10. Okay. Take 7 points. So 19. Trying to keep all this. Like I said, I never say I have a big brain here. All right. So we also have James sitting right next there. James has got, as I scroll up here because I got all the. James has got a 4D plus 2 for his blaster. And boy, did I even make 10? Yeah, I did. Okay. There's our 10. We got an 11 plus 2. Okay, so that makes 13. Alright. Not a very big hit, but it's a hit. We do have a 6 on our wild die, so we have 10, 14, 16. So the droid takes 6 points of damage. Alright. Okay, so essentially the way, I don't know if I've explained this very well. The way I'm doing the armor is we have our strength, so we'll roll our strength, and then if you have any extra armor or anything else, then you add that to it. So actually, for James, he's got, because he's wearing a protective vest. Okay, so that gives him a plus, I believe it was supposed to be a plus 1D, or no, it just says physical plus 1, blaster plus 1. So it's not much, but it is something. And then that's where I was kind of going wrong before. And I've said this yesterday, I was doing D&D yesterday, so if you're watching yesterday's video as well, you know, it's common to make mistakes. And as I jump from one series to another series, and I'm always, my mind loves to wander, unfortunately. So even though I love Star Wars, I do a lot of Star Wars, doing the D&D, and I had to kind of look up a couple rules here and there because I'm feeling kind of questioning myself and feeling kind of dumb at the moment, and then I question things even more. It's like, okay, so let me stop in that. So you know, just trying to keep it honest. And normally I have the guys here and then they'll ask questions or whatever. The biggest thing I've ever read is actually from West End Games, and their biggest advice is don't worry about making mistakes. If you make a mistake and you see that you made a mistake, after you see what you did wrong, correct it. Or if whatever you did works better for your group, run with that. So really the biggest thing is it's whatever works best for your group, whether you do things correct or you don't do things correct. As you can see, I'm doing this as a little bit of a hybrid because I'm taking a little bit from the adventure, space, and fantasy, having the hit points and all that stuff. I kind of like that because of doing Dungeons and Dragons and everything else throughout the years. But even as I'm doing all this, I still think I'm still looking at stuff for like Star Trek and stuff like that as well. I love all of this genre. And Gary Gygax himself had loved all the different types of role-playing games and different types of games that were out there. So when he first started what became Gen Con, they didn't have to just play D&D. They could play some other war game of some other sort, because that's where this all started from. It's just doing war games. It's just that we get to actually play a character and then do whatever that character should do. Hopefully it's something that works together with the group and not against the group. So so when I do things wrong, feel free to say, hey, was it supposed to be done this way or that way? And you know what? I am not perfect in any regard, and I will never say I am. So as you watch this and that, and if you think things should be a little different, let me know. Because unfortunately, as much as I'd like to have you here on the other side of the pool table, I just kind of have a hard time doing that right now. Maybe in the future, maybe we'll get some people or whatever, and we'll do this as a online role playing game or something. But for now, you guys are just kind of watching me, and we just keep going with this, and we just go from there. I do have. I mean, I had all of the old second edition. I had third edition, 3.5 edition D&D. This is all 5th D&D that I was doing yesterday. This is the old original West End Games Star Wars. I do have the D20 Star Wars that they did years ago, which is based off of the 3rd edition. I don't have the current. I kind of just said, I have enough stuff here. I'm good. Oddly enough, if you can look it up, I have Buck Rogers, which is based on the old 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. That was a gift from my parents, and I will never get rid of it because of that. But getting back to this, okay, so now we have that. See, we both attacked, so there's not much else we can do on this round. This doorway is kind of narrow. It's not like I can bring him in. I never did get a pistol built into zeros, which I really had kind of intended to, and I kind of forgot about it until just now. So we're going to have Harry here, and actually I got James up here right now. So let me do James first. Oh, no, actually I got to do the droid first. And it says the droid gets an attack of 60. That's what we did. Okay. So, droid's still attacking Harry. So, there's our 10 right there. So, we definitely got hit 15, and yeah, we don't need to worry about it beyond that. Okay. Now, he hits Harry for a very nice low roll, because look at all that. 3 ones. So, we got 9. Oh, holy shishkis. Okay, so now we're at a 15. And now it's a 19. So, Harry gets hit. Scroll down. Harry. See, he's got 16, 13 for his blaster. So now he got hit for 6 points. So it takes him down to 17. Okay. James has got a 40 plus 2, I believe. And we got a 1 on the wild die. So that means I lose at 5. So all he got was a 4. Scrolling up here, 4, 6. So it's still a miss. Doesn't do me any good. Take 1 die away. Now we got Harry. Harry has a 3D plus 1. And we get a 13. Okay. 4 dice for damage. And 3 points. So that doesn't even go through the armor. Alright. I didn't see anything about moving anybody. I'm going to move Harry out this way, and then, of course, I'm going to move James out here. So now the spider comes out, and it's still locked on to Harry. Harry's a prime target for it. Okay, so it definitely hits Harry. I got a 6 on a wild die, and I see another 6. That's more than enough to hit him. Harry gets hit for, we got 10, 14, so that'd be 1 point of damage. 16, okay. Now the nice thing is I've got 3 characters that can actually shoot at him. Oops, Harry being 1. And I've got Harry here. And I miss. Actually, for that shorter range, it should just be a 5. I'm still doing a 10, so he misses. Alright. Now we get Barry in here. Barry's got a 5. So Barry hits. 4 dice for our damage. Ooh, look at those 2 6s. So we got 17, 18, 19 damage. So 9 points bleeds through. So it's 4 points left for the droid. And then we have James, which is a 40 plus 1. And there's our 10 right there. And we got 11, 12, 16. So that droid now keels over is dead. Okay. So, as we're working on that, we have 0. We'll give Zeros a chance to open the door there, and he opens that door. Okay, so 0 opens the next door right on the side of Harry. I think he would probably freak out seeing that he was just being attacked. You look inside, there is nothing but pretty much what is pictured there. It's a lightly used cargo hold. There's a little bit of cargo in there, not very much. Doesn't seem like anything's moving. Nothing, thankfully, is trying to attack us, so we're good on that regard. All right. So as I walk around, I'm gonna have to get something to drink. So as we walk around, I'm gonna pull that out of the way. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna try and open this door. So let's see. Grab a 5. Actually, he's gonna do this. They're gonna work together. So as you have characters that work together, and because they both have skill in that, I can add an extra dice, an extra die technically. All right. So we got a 6 on a wild die. Here's 12, 15, 24. 20 is the number I was trying to go to. So the door opens. So we have this door that opens, and we see, regrettably, now I don't know if anyone knows what this is. This is a knobby spider. So this is our big creature for the day. And as you see, I'm using some of the Star Wars miniatures and that I have, trying to add a little extra little better detail of things. You know, I don't get to use these all that often, so trying to throw this out here as we are going into Halloween here, trying to have a little bit of fun. That thing is a little on the nasty side as well. The good news is it's just one of them. The bad news is it can hurt. So the door opens and we fly out of the way. So I'm running even behind Zeros. Okay, oops. So the knobby spider comes out here, and being out here, it is very kind of restricted. As you can see, it is a very big spider. So this is going to restrict what it can do. This, I'm going to say, it can only typically can have 2 attacks. It doesn't say anything about using its feet, because when I was looking that up, because it has 8 legs, but it does have a bite. Unfortunately, that bite is a 7D, so it's its strength plus 1. So its strength is a 6D, so that means that this has a strength or a bite attack of 7 dice. So we're gonna have quite a bit of dice running around here. Okay. I think what I'm gonna have it do, well, let me add a blaster to, because that was something I was thinking of, and I'm sure that we could get it okayed through the Rebel Alliance. So we're gonna add Zeros we're going to give him a blaster. And we're going to give him a 4, oops, 4D. Okay. And unfortunately his skill is still a 1D. Shivers. I really hate to do this. He has 6 character points. I've been trying to keep everybody retaining about 5. I'm going to take him down to 3 character points, and I'm going to give him a blaster skill of 2D. Now, typically, if you look at the rules, and this is one of the rules that I don't fully adhere to. Okay, and actually, it would be even easier for him as far as giving him a blaster as a tool implement or whatever. I think that's a little easier to do than what I'm going to tell you. When you look at droids, you can actually give them skill sets, and you can give it to them at a certain range or whatever else. I've just been slowly leveling our characters up, kind of like you would anyone else, and I'm treating zeros as one of the regular crew and characters and all that. So, with that being what it is, I didn't go through the programming and spend money to get them upgraded. The other thing is I have not been giving our characters extra money. They have the ship, they're doing missions and stuff like that. They're kind of taken care of, but they're not really being charged anything. So it's one of those things of I could requisition for some extra money for doing a mission or something like that, but unless I really need to spend money, say we're on some other base or something like that or whatever, I'm not really worrying about it. So we have zeros. He only has 2 dice, which oddly enough can do very well. That thing is huge. It's pretty hard to miss. And seeing that zeros is right next to him, I'm going to give zeros a 5 to hit. Okay, that's a very simple. I mean, the thing is as big as a barn, and taking up the entire doorway. So I don't think it's all that hard for him to miss. But once we start getting out a little farther, I'm going to put it back up to 10. Okay, the other guys are going to have a 10. Regrettably, that spider is going to have some nice big attacks that he could do to zeros. So zeros is going to be our punching bag at the moment. Hopefully zeros and the rest of the guys can kind of help out here. Okay, so our spider is a little bit more has a little bit more hit points than what I rolled. 6 dice, and I didn't roll very high, but still it was 6 dice to roll. So we got a 5, so we hit. And we roll. Let's see here. Our spider actually has an armor of 15. So that means I got to do 16 points just to do 1 point of damage. And I don't think I did any actual damage. All I've got is an 8. That doesn't do diddly. So spider just shrugs it off. Okay. So then we have Harry. Harry's going to shoot, needing a 10. Harry gets a 10. Alright, 4 dice for damage. And we get a 6. Here's a 10. 19. 21. The spider has a 15 for the armor, so that's 6 points. So the spider is at 32 hit points. Okay. Now we're going to go to Barry, who's got 5D. And he definitely hits. Not a problem. Subtract 1 die for our damage. Okay, so we got a 6. There's a 10, 12, 17. Okay, so spider takes 2 more points, so we're at 30. Okay. Last but not least, then we have James. James rolls. There's a 10 right there, so we make it. And we attack, and we get sugar shoots. Okay, so there's a 4, and that's all we get. That's it. 4 doesn't make it through the armor, so our knobby spider has a second round to try and attack zeros. Okay, our knobby spider. Actually, I have no idea. Let's see. This is 5. Attack 5D. Alright. 4, 5. And the spider definitely hits all 4 zeros. Okay. I need one more die. That's 7D for damage. This may be the end of zeros. Oh, it very well might be. So we got 6. There's 18. 28. There's 30. Oh, goodness gracious. I got a 32. Zeros has shielding of 12. So he just took 20 points of damage. So it gives him 16. So, oh, alright. As my dice are falling on top of my mouse. Okay. So, zeros is down below half health. So we're going to have zeros try and shoot. Needing a 5. And misses. And then we have Harry. Harry needed a 10. Harry has 3D plus 1. So this would be, oops, that was a 3. It'd be 8, 9. Harry misses. Alright, moving up. Then we have Barry, who's got 5D. And Barry tags him. So that's a hit. Take one die off of there. Alright. So we got 9, 10, 12 points. And that doesn't get through the armor of the knobby spider. Last of all, we have James. James has 4D plus 1, so we have 10 right here to attack. And then damage-wise, I don't think we make it through. Okay. Yeah. 9, here's 12. Doesn't make it through. I'm thinking here. I've got an idea. Unfortunately, the only one that's in range is zeros. So I'm going to try and do something here. Because I don't think zeros is going to be able to withstand another attack. Zeros has computer program repair of 4D plus 1. So I've got 4D. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have zeros reach over, click the door closed. Now this is just going to be, this is going to need a 10 or better because we've already unlocked the door. So just a 10 or better. Okay, so we make it. Door close. Couple of the legs are sticking out, but the spider is trapped on the inside. So that's a little bit of a cop-out, but it keeps everybody safe, and then the spider keeps banging up against the door. Okay, so now I got to figure out how are we going to keep this spider from getting out, seeing that we agitated it and the like. Let's do our computer program repair with a little assistance. So we're going to have 5 dice. Actually, I think we're going to have Harry take over here. And Harry's got 5 dice to begin with, so that takes us up to 6 dice. We got 3, 3. Okay. I'm trying to think. There should be a way to actually open up like a hatch or something, or depressurize that so it's just having space in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up our knobby spider. So our knobby spider, which comes from Galaxy Guide 3, The Empire Strikes Back, and I don't have any extra. It's from Dagobah. So I guess I'm going to see this. If it's used to being on a planet, and we flood it with gas or essentially get all the oxygen out of there, I don't think it's going to be able to live. So here's a 10, 6, 24. All right, 20 would have been our required roll. So we're gonna flood out all the oxygen in there. And that is actually going to, we hear a couple more thumps up against the door, and then it just kind of gets weaker. And I think there should probably be like a monitor on there. We can kind of watch it just die. Be able to save ourselves, kill off the spider. Okay, so looking at what we have the room that we have, that other cargo bay in the middle there that the droid was in. So we're going to go into this. Alright, so we're going to start going into here. We're going to have our brave adventurers in the lead, and our other guys, and I'm going to move him out there. Alright, so we go into here. This looks to be a kind of common room. I don't know how well you can see it. We have a table with some chairs here. We'll kind of just, we have like a shower, bathroom area, shower area. This would be the captain's room, and then this would be everybody else's. So that's how that's kind of situated. There is a door over here. Door opens, not a problem. We get it going. Come down here. We are locked out. We're going to try and open up both of these doors. We are going to do an assisted, so 6 dice, needing a 20. We're just unlocking the doors. We're going to let the other guys jump in the way here. Let's see. There's 10, 17. Taking our time here, not doing very well. If this was D&D, I'd say take 20, which I think we should be able to do. Just say, hey, we have time. We can just kind of open these up. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take our time, open these up, not a problem. So we open this up, and what we have is we actually have an engine room. Everything is kind of powered down, nothing spectacular. In all observations, it looks like we should be able to fire up the engines on here, and then we should be able to get a ship for the Rebel Alliance. We'll leave everything be at the moment, and we'll start going through here. Here we have cargo lockers. This looks like that would probably be like some torpedo tubes or something like that we'd have to load up. And then we come into here, finishing this off. We have another auxiliary engine. This, we notice, for an emergency, this could actually break away and become its own ship, foregoing the rest of it. Let's see. So as we come over to here, we have some other quarters. and like another captain's quarters. So this very well might be the captain. That could maybe be the first officer, some crew quarters here, or guest quarters or whatever, and some crew quarters there, whatever. And then we come around another shower, bathroom shower area. We'll continue on, and this is just all ready to go. Looks like there's some damage here in our controls, like maybe they got jumped by pirates, maybe captured, and for some reason they disabled the ship, so not knowing exactly why. I think what we'll do is we'll try and see if we can't take the ship into tow and tow it behind us, and we'll go from there. And then we'll go back to our ship, and then we'll just try and go from that point. Having something that's a little on the lighter side today. Just using a different map than what I've used in the past. Actually, this is the first time I've ever dragged this map out, so this is the first time we've ever used this one. It's always nice grabbing some different maps. I'm happy that it actually fit in the area I have. Just trying to keep everything going. So, alright, well, we're going to end it here. We'll give our characters 5 more points, and we will go from that point on. Maybe if I have the money available, I'll look up in the droid book to see what it would take to actually get 0 some extra skills, if I have that available. And this will all be off screen. Maybe if I need to, what I can do is maybe use a little persuasion to see if we can't get the Rebel Alliance to actually chip in a little bit to see what we can get it up to. So we'll go from there. And we'll see what I can do, and we'll see how this all looks next week. So with that being said, thank you so very much for joining me today. I'm very happy to open up my pool table for all of us to sit around and enjoy. Hope you have a wonderful day, and keep working.